Okay, perfect. We are good to go. Good morning, everyone. We're here at the regular council meeting of February 6, 2024. Good morning. We're going to go with quick introductions and we'll jump right into it. We do have Councillor Shane Pelche. He's having a hard time logging on, but he will be on as soon as possible. We have with us in the office CAO Mitch Duval.
Good morning.
Assistant CAO Dominic Lemoine.
Good morning.
Councillor Jason Bodnerchuk.
Good morning.
Councillor Joel Lemoine.
Bon matin.
Councillor Janine Boulanger.
Morning, everybody.
And myself, Chris Ewan. So without further ado, we will just let Councillor Pelche jump in when he's ready. We will get started with item 1, meeting call to order. Do I have a mover? Councillor Joel Lemoine, second by Councillor Bodnerchuk. Thank you. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. We open the meeting at 9 a.m. Item 2, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second Councillor Bodnerchuk. Any questions, comments, or edits? I think we'll go as is for today. Council's good with that?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Item 3, adoption of the minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnerchuk, second by Councillor Lemoine. Go ahead, Mr. CEO, sorry.
Last regular council meeting was held January 17th, whereby we gave a first reading to bylaw 1-24 regarding a rezoning, and also a subdivision was approved in the area of Ville des Champs. That was pretty much it.
Perfect. Thank you. Any comments or questions from council? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Item 4, committee reports and minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second by Councillor Lemoine.
Reports were given regarding the Reach Out Library, Reach Out Senior Services, and the Growing Trail. Those 3 were submitted by Councillor Bodnerchuk.
Perfect. Thank you. Council, any comments or question on those? No. Call for the question. All those sorry, say that again. Nothing? Okay, I'll call for the question.
Jason.
Oh, good job. Okay, call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. I got a bit of a delay here. Sorry, council. That is carried. Moving on to item 5.1, accounts paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnerchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine.
We have 5 batches, 253 in the amount of 45,000, 273 in the amount of 287, 278 in the amount of 32,000, 281 in the amount of 755,000, and 293 in the amount of 106,000. Those are for miscellaneous deposits, office construction, tax service, receiver general, Mid-Canada related to GST expenses. Big chunk there was reimbursement to Manitoba Water Services Board for work done at the Ile des Champs Lagoon, and reissuing a check for the school division that got lost somewhere in the mail, so we took care of that.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. CEO. Council, do you have any comments or questions?
Not here.
No. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Councillor Pelche, you're back with us. 5.2, accounts not paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelche, second by Councillor Lemoine.
3 batches, 18,300 for 69,000, 301 for 349,000, and 302 in the amount of 2,700. The batch for 301, you all have a summary regarding that batch of 349, so please review, and if there's any questions, please ask.
Perfect. Council, any comments or questions? No, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. 5.2.1, council indemnities. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second. Councillor Pelche.
Nothing to report for council of January.
Perfect. Thank you. Council, any comments, questions? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 5.3, payroll to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Belanger, thank you.
Two payrolls, the first payroll, just a little bit of work done on the public works side, second payroll, nothing to report.
Thank you. Council, any comments or questions? None. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. 5.4 transfer funds. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnerchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you.
So the CFO has provided council with a summary of the transfers to be done. These are mostly year-end transfers, and the big part of it is regarding the dedication fees that we've collected throughout the years to be appropriated to the proper reserve accounts.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Council, any comments or questions? No. Call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Okay, we will move on to the delegation with Corporal Kevin Boussière for the RCMP third quarter stats. Corporal, you're there.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. And then we'll just hand it over to you.
All right, you guys have a copy of the stats. I think it was sent to you guys by Laurent.
Yep.
Yeah, so just before I go into it, do you guys have any question regarding those stats this quarter?
Council, anything to add, comment on? Oh, Shane, Councillor Pelletier, you're on mute.
Sorry, having some technical issues this morning. Looks like crimes against property were up again this year. Is there particular incidents on that or what, guys?
Yeah, so that was what was observed there. That was, it seems like the same individual that was hitting our area, same than Steinbach area. He's been apprehended since, but there was some trailers stolen property, and it was in the same area. So there was like one individual causing several files. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I don't know if you guys know this. If you know this, a crime against person in the west of Red River. It's about 7 over. I don't know if you guys noticed that on the stats. So this was a few files that we have to deal with at the Recover Center, Kelburn, the rehab center. So we had a few individual we have to go deal with. That was pretty much it. But overall, what I'm seeing at those stats, I don't see anything big change or something alarming. But unless you guys see something different, what I see in the arm of Richard, we've been doing lots of stats there. The stats are a little bit higher for provincial traffic offense. We've been having some members doing MPI check stop, so covering the area and doing traffic enforcement. And another thing I can mention, traffic services, that's the traffic unit. That's what they do. They just enforce traffic in the area. They're working on not being on perimeter anymore. So they'll be focusing more on communities and be on our end. They're everywhere, like Steinbach area. So that'll be, you guys will see an increase there as well. So those guys will be more in small community instead of spending time on perimeter.
Awesome.
Good to know. Thank you. Council, any comments or questions? Councillor Lemoine.
Just a quick question. When it comes to crime against properties, if ever, more specifically, a business sends in or provides photos or video footage, are they then notified somehow? Maybe if it's like, hey, by the way, this guy was caught, just to let you know, or is that for us? Or
no, usually the victim, like the business, if we have a victim there, what we do a follow up. If somebody get apprehended or charged,
okay,
like they will be aware of what's going on. Yeah, they will have an update somehow with the files and what happened, and if especially if they provided a statement and evidence, they might have to compel in court if it goes to court too, right? So we keep them in touch. Yeah.
Okay. C'est bon. Merci.
C'est bon.
Awesome. Thank you. Anything else from council? Nothing. I just wanted to make a comment. The Kelburn Road incidents there you were talking about. So is there more police presence there? Like, are you monitoring that area or is it just call outs?
Honest with you, I think it's more call out. Like when we get called, then members will attend and deal with the incident. If that's something the center would like us to stop by and show a presence once in a while, I will suggest. I think you have connection with the center as well. If somebody wants to,
I believe we do.
yeah. So that's something we can do too if they want. If members are in the area, but it's not like it's a regular thing that happened at the center, right? It goes by spurs. So there will be like one individual and we get a call, or we'll get 2 or 3 calls from the same person. But some months we have nothing, right? So.
Okay, no, I appreciate that information. Okay, anything else from council? I think that's it. Thank you very much, Corporals, for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Okay, moving on, we will go to item 7.1.1, 2024 tax sale. Do I have a mover?
Councillor Pelletier.
Councillor Pelletier, second by Councillor Bodnarchuk.
This is just the standard yearly tax sale resolution in order to get tax service started regarding our tax sale. Tax sale date is scheduled for September 25th, and as of Friday, February the 2nd, we still have 26 properties on tax sale position.
Perfect. Thank you for the information. Council, do you have anything to add or comment on? Good with the date?
Yep.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried and set. Thank you. 7.1.2 Grand Point Meadows 5A, assuming underground works infrastructure. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second by Councillor Belanger.
As requested by the Public Works Department, 1-year warranty is up for that Part 5A undergrounds, so we can reimburse a portion of the letter of credit back to the developer and assume the infrastructure.
Perfect. Council, do you have any comments or questions on this?
Can we, and I know this doesn't happen very often, but can we include a map?
Pretty good.
It's just like, I see we're assuming this, but 5A, if I'm not mistaken, there's like 6 houses there.
Okay.
And I know that's part of that will, after a year, we'll take it over, but I don't know if it's actually been used to its fullest, for lack of a better term. Because I know they did a lot.
Unfortunately, we can't control usage if the developer puts it in. We would have to, I understand your point, Councillor Pelletier. I guess we would have to somehow include a clause in the development agreement to reflect that. So it might be a little bit on the harder side to administrate that release, correct?
Yeah, fair enough.
But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's just I know they had built quite a bit out, and there's quite a bit without houses on it yet. So how do we know it's not leaking if there's no water flowing through it, right? So.
Good point. Council, anything else to add? Well, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. On to item 10, adjournment. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second. Councillor Belanger, thank you. Final comments, thoughts, queries, quandaries? No, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. I'll close the meeting at 9:14 a.m. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you at the next council meeting.